Hi everyone, it's Jay here, and these are the releases for the first half of March. And I just want to mention that these are the dates on the official website, so Viz Media, Kodansha, and so on. These dates may be different in individual countries. For example, King's Beast is officially being released early March, but won't be released until April in the UK, which is really frustrating. We'll start off with the Kodansha releases, with Volume 3, Nina the Starry Bride. Nina is now more comfortable in her role as a replacement to the priestess Princess Alicia. Azure, the second prince, promises to find a way to break off the engagement between Nina and Set, who's the crown prince of Galgada. But to save Azure, Nina has to become the queen of Galgada. And in Volume 2, Set is briefly introduced to the readers, and he's known for his penchant for violence. So I cannot wait for this release, and that is out on the 5th of March. Then it's Volume 17, I'm Standing on a Million Lives. This series starts with Yotsuya, a 9th grader who's a bit of a loner, one day being transported into another world along with 2 of his classmates. He has to try and get used to working in a group as he's used to being a bit of a lone wolf. In this one, Iyu and Glenda are about to be brainwashed in a magical ritual. Can Yotsuya stop it in time? Then we have a new series called Medalist, and it follows Inori, a little girl who dreams of becoming a figure skater, but the obstacles to this dream feel insurmountable. Inori's already seen as too old, she's 11 years old. She's always had trouble at school, and worst of all, her older sister's skating dreams ended in failure, so her mother is dead set against putting her other daughter through a similar experience. A fateful meeting with a frustrated coach, ready to give up on competitive skating himself, could be what changes Inori's future. We've got another new series called Adado. Following a wave of immigration, Japan has become a volatile mix of people and cultures, rocked by the protests of xenophobic extremists unhappy with the new status quo. A young woman called Riko is driving her scooter through one such protest, when she sees a boy about to get run over by a truck. Riko saves him, and she finds herself looking after the boy, named Eito. But Eito is fired upon by an army sniper. But as the bullets come through the restaurant window and come whizzing towards Eito, plant-like tendrils snake out from his arm and stop it in mid-flight. So who in the world is this boy, and why is the army after him? And another new series, Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You. And it's 2020, and Mizuha's 17th birthday is the pits. Her dad forgot, the senpai she likes isn't interested, and her social calendar is getting cleared out by a mysterious virus. But when her longtime childhood friend asks her out, Mizuha has to sort out what this change could mean, and her feelings may not be the only ones changing. We have Volume 9 of Fire Force, and this is a 3-in-1 omnibus edition which contains volumes 25 to 27. It has 600 pages and it's larger than a typical manga volume. Then we have Gogo Loser Ranger Volume 9, and the Greenkeeper's identity was revealed. Don't worry, I won't say who it is. And D has now set his sights on a new target, and an opportunity soon arrives to assassinate him by teaming up with Suzukiri. However, after tailing the target all the way to his home, only to find a happy family waiting there, will D's resolve remain strong? Then we have Volume 7 of Wistoria, Wand and Sword, and this magical dungeon adventure fantasy series follows Will Surford, who enters Regarden Magical Academy with the goal of making it to the top of the magical world. The problem being he can't use magic. And in this volume, Will and the remaining mages are the tower's last line of defense against a host of monsters. Then we have Volume 4 of Hellsing, and these are new editions being released, and now we have found out the Nazis sequestered for generations in South America have engineered an army of vampires in preparation for a war against the living. But the Protestant-helmed Hellsing organisation and the Iscariot agency of the Catholic Church stand in their way. The rival faction's best hope against the armies of the undead is to join forces, but can the Holy Church ever align with a group that uses unholy creatures like Alucard, the mightiest vampire of all? That's released by Dark Horse Comics and it'll be out on the 6th of March. Moving on to the Viz Media releases, I'm going to start with Black Clover Volume 34. And I want to avoid some massive spoilers for this one, so all I will say is that the Clover Kingdom are reacting to some big news. Then we have Volume 3, Blade of the Moon Princess. This series starts out with Princess Kaguya Takenouchi not quite being the heir to the moon's silver court that her mother's retainers had hoped for, but when the Empress falls ill, Kaguya resolves to do right by her people and rise to the occasion. But now she is stranded on the Tainted World, and so Kaguya sets out to strike an alliance with the Matsunouchi clan, a branch of the imperial family exiled generations ago. We have Volume 9 of Imakoi, Now I'm in Love, and this high school romance manga sees the four friends thinking about life after high school and where that will leave their love life. Volume 5, Like a Butterfly, another high school romance, finds that Suiren and Kawasumi have finally admitted their true feelings. They should both be happy, but unfortunately neither one of them knows what to do next. They're unsure of how to build a relationship together. The one thing they do know for certain is that they'll have to find a way to move forward if they want to keep their love from fading. We have My Hero Academia, Volume 37. The villains have the upper hand in this one, so much so that even the President of the United States is considering the unthinkable, capitulating to Tamura. But when Midoriya turns up and sees what has happened, for him, all bets are off. I love this front cover. The colours, the anger from Midoriya makes me want to watch more of this because I am quite behind on the anime. We have Volume 12 of The King's Beast. Wangetsu loves Prince Tenyo deeply, but has given up on ever being together with him. Her hope is renewed, however, when Taihaku arrives to drag her out of retirement to help Prince Tenyo achieve his lofty goal of improving the lives of all Ajin. Then we have Volume 6, Wolf Girl and Black Prince. Summer break is finally here, and Erika is making plans to spend time with Kyoya when Kyoya's big sister appears. Suddenly, Erika finds herself in Kobe with the Sato siblings to meet their mum. Will Erika survive being with the Sato clan under one roof? Then we have Call of the Night Volume 15, and Vampire Haruka turns out to be a menace when he attacks one of Ko's classmates and asks Nazuna on a date. The question is, which will tick off Ko more? Meanwhile, Mahiru and Kiku prepare for the ultimate test of their love. Then out on the 12th of March, we have Disney Twisted Wonderland Volume 3. Still trying to get his friend Ace out of trouble, Yu attends one of the Heartslabule Dorm's traditional unbirthday parties. But instead of solving Ace's problems or having a bit of fun, they wind up incurring the wrath of the house warden, Riddle. Volume 22, Fly Me to the Moon. The Legend of Princess Kaguya is a classic fairy tale in Japan, but storytellers don't get everything right. Travel back 1,400 years and meet a mysterious girl from space as she enchants a kingdom and sends her suitors on impossible quests. Learn how these once-upon-a-time events could threaten NASA and Tsukasa's happily ever after, and the Earth itself. Then we have Helk Volume 8, and sides are being drawn here, with Helk and Vermilio meeting up with the Empire's army to figure out their next steps. Meanwhile, Azudra plans the final battle against the human army, and that's out on the 12th of March. We have Volume 16 of Mao. Mao and the gang are tasked with finding a missing little girl, which leads them to a mysterious new curse clan led by a fire-wielding princess. We have Volume 15, Mashley, Magic and Muscles. Orta, Rain and the others join forces to try and take down Innocent Zero's eldest son, Doom, but Doom overwhelms them all, and according to him, he's still holding back. With Doom unaffected by their attacks, the situation seems desperate. Read to find out how they plan to defeat Doom, if they even can. We have One Piece Volume 105. Luffy and his Straw Hat crew depart for their next adventure in this volume, but big changes are happening all around the world, including the promotion of some new Emperors of the Sea. Then we have a new series, One Piece, Ace's Story, and this is the origin story of Fire Fist Ace, with art by Boichi. Adventure along with Ace as he gathers a loyal crew of like-minded buccaneers, including Masked Juice, Mihal, Skull, and the Wild Kotatsu, and forms the Spade Pirates. Witness the power of the Devil Fruit as it bestows Fire Fist's fearsome punching power. And then we have One Piece, Shokugeki no Sanji, and see what Straw Hat Chef Sanji dishes up in his battle to win over the bellies and hearts of all he feeds, man or woman, friend or foe. This is a one-shot spin-off which includes all 6 original story chapters into one collection by the creators of Food Wars. Then we have volume 12 of Yakuza Lover, and this is the final volume of Yakuza Lover, so pick it up if you want to find out how it all ends with Oya and Yuri. That is out on the 12th of March. Moving on to the Sublime releases, we have volume 2 of Pink Heart Jam. Haiga finally realises that his feelings for Kane go beyond simple admiration, but after a conversation with him, Haige is worried that Kane has found someone else and they are his special one. Then we have Candy Colour Paradox, a sorted pack. Onoe is a reporter and Kaburagi is a photographer. They're quite different, and so their relationship has had some rough patches. But this release contains never before seen Candy Colour Paradox side stories and bonus stories, which spill all the juicy details of their romantic life. It also includes a 16-page colour gallery with exclusive illustrations and comic shorts, so if you enjoyed reading Candy Colour Paradox, it's probably worth picking this one up. Moving on to 7 Seas Entertainment releases, we have Volume 5 of the Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom. And finally, Koyo's practice is open and ready for patients, but business is slow. Bored to tears, she stumbles upon the perfect thing to lift her spirits, muscle erotica. So while she becomes obsessed with that, Kaeyeon sets out east to the Plum Province to find out more about a strange illness. Glad to hear someone is doing their job. We have volume 10 of Kimono Jien. In this one, Kabane and his friends visit the Oga ham factory to prevent something terrible from happening. But when they get there, they're met by a scene out of a nightmare. Then we have volume 5 of Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Volume 5. This series follows a guy who dies and is reborn into a new world of swords and magic called Rudius. He's found happiness now and is married, but there's someone else who remembers life on Earth and who desperately wants to go back. It's up to Rudius to deal with the fallout. We have volume 2 of Cat on the Hero's Lap. Our heroes have been struggling to make headway in their quest to vanquish the Demon King. Is it because of the cat on the hero's lap? Or is it because Red doesn't have the heart to move the little guy? Then Delinquent, Daddy and Tender Teacher Volume 3. Elementary school teacher Hitsuji has been dating Hatoyama for a year now, spending his days with him and his adorable son Hinata. Spring arrives and this time, his teacher isn't Hitsuji. Hatoyama and Hinata are understandably anxious about this, but then someone from Hatoyama's delinquent past comes back into his life, triggering Hitsuji's insecurities. Read to find out what happens. Volume 5, No Longer Allowed in Another World, and the otherworldly visitor named Sensei is a strange fellow, more in love with his melancholy than any thought of saving the world, but nonetheless he finds adventure wherever he goes. His latest encounter is with Yuriko, the fallen angel of greed, who has descended upon the dwarven kingdom of Gelb with a heart consumed by darkness. We have Volume 11, The Duuk of Death and His Maid, and the Duke and Company's actions in the past have changed the present, but I don't want to say more than that if you aren't up to date with the series yet. The Night Captain is The Princess-to-Be, Volume 2. Back from boarding school, Chris visits her family home with Leo. Urged on by the king, the two announce their marriage, which Chris's family is thrilled by, but when her father urges her to quit being a knight an unexpected father-daughter fight breaks out. Then we have Colorless, Volume 6. This series is set on an Earth which was changed by a cosmic disaster, stripping away every last drop of colour from the world, and is populated by mutants, which makes Chie the odd one out because she has a human face. As an android, she has been searching for answers to her many questions, including who and why they gave her a human face. Answers that may finally be in her grasp. I have to say, I love the colour palette of this cover, and I love all the covers of this series. The monotone colours with vibrant splashes of colours are stunning, and they apparently treat us to this within the manga as well, on the pages. So it's a manga I'm really keen on buying. Then we have Polar Bear Cafe Collector's Edition Volume 4, and it's the final volume of this heartwarming slice of life manga, so make sure to pick this one up to complete your series. Then we have Volume 11 of the Apothecary Diaries, and having figured out the trick to navigating the corridors of the ancient mausoleum found within the inner court, Mao Mao tries her best to solve the current mystery in front of the Emperor and Jinshi. Then Tokyo Aliens, Volume 6, Akira Gunji somehow finds himself on some sort of date with one of the AMO's most wanted aliens, Reika Nadeshiko. But Akira's partner Sho has been tasked with eliminating Reika, and he's dead set on carrying out his mission, which leads to Sho crashing the dates. We've got a new series from Square Enix, The Villainesss Guide to Not Falling in Love. Luciana, once an ordinary woman, now finds herself reincarnated as the villainess of an otome game. Well aware of impending plot twists, she's ready to rewrite her destiny and avoid catastrophe. She hatches a plan to live a peaceful life and avoid troublesome suitors. So what could possibly go wrong? But the men are persistent and refuse to take a hint. And if that wasn't enough, she also possesses incredible, unparalleled magical abilities. Sounds like this one could be interesting. Let me know your opinion if you pick this one up and read it. So those are the releases for the first half of March. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to pick any of these up, or if there are any series that you recommend to me. I really like hearing about new series that I haven't picked up before. And if you are going to buy any, I have a code for SciFier.com. They already have heavily discounted prices anyway, but if you use the code Jay'sManga, it will get you an extra 5% off. I hope you have a lovely manga reading month. Bye everyone!